Hello everyone, this is Keith Jackson and welcome to Jack's Math Notebook. In this video, we're going to work on polynomial long division. And when we work on polynomial long division, keep these three things in mind, like matching the terms and then subtract, putting like terms with like terms as we divide, and then remember to cancel the leading terms. And we have two big examples to show you how we're going to apply these three things, beginning with the quantity of x squared plus 3x minus 10 divided by x minus 2. We're going to set it up like regular division, the same division that you saw when you were in fifth grade, right? And so we have x squared plus 3x minus 10, this divided by x minus 2. And what we're going to do, we're going to only focus on this x for now. And I'm going to show you why this x will make it a whole lot easier if we just focus on this x. Because then the question is, okay, what number times x will give me this x squared? And so what we're going to do, we know that it is x because the x times x will give us this x squared. And all we have to do with this x right up here is to multiply it not only by this x, but by this minus 2 right here. And here's what's going to happen. So we have x times x, which will give us this x squared. And then we have this x times a minus 2, which will give us a negative 2x right here. And what we're going to do, we're going to subtract, right? So we're going to put the subtraction sign. And when we do that, it changes the signs inside the parentheses. And so now this becomes a negative x squared because see, now we have this positive x squared. And so an x squared minus x squared will give us 0, while this becomes a plus 2x. And so now we have 3x plus 2x, which will give us a 5x right here. And then what we're going to have to do right here, we're just going to bring down this minus 10, this negative 10 right here. And we're going to have to ask this question. Well, what number times x would give me 5x? Just only worry about that. Okay. And so when we look at it that way, it's a whole lot easier to see because we know that 5 times x would give us this 5x. And all we have to do is just multiply this 5 times this negative 2. And we know that 5 times this negative 2 would give us a negative 10 right here. And then we're going to put our subtraction sign. And when we do that, it changes the signs inside the parentheses. And this becomes a minus 5x while this becomes a plus 10. And as you can see right here, this cancels out and this cancels out, leaving no remainder. And our answer is going to be x plus 5. And if we wanted to check that, right, all we have to do is just multiply this x minus 2 times this x plus 5 to see if it will give us the dividend right here of x squared plus 3x minus 10. And so let's use box method to check that answer. We're just going to put an x minus 2 up top, and right along the side, we're going to put an x plus 5. And when we multiply x times x, we will get our x squared, and there's that x squared right here. And x times a negative 2 will give us a negative 2x, right? And then let's go ahead and move on to 5 right here. So 5 times x will give us 5x. And 5 times a negative 2 will give us a negative 10. So we have our negative 10 right here as well. And we know that 5x minus 2x will give us this 3x. So x plus 5 is our answer. And let us move on to the second big example in which we have the quantity of x squared minus 7x plus 10 divided by the quantity of x plus 3, setting it up as regular division with x plus 3 on the outside right here. And all we have to do is just worry about this x. And we want to figure, well, what number times x would give us this x squared? And that answer is x, keeping in mind that we're going to put this x above the 7x because these are like terms, believe it or not. And all we're going to do is just multiply this x times this x, and then we're going to multiply the same x times this 3. And so what's going to happen is this. So we have this x times this x, which will give us this x squared inside the parentheses, while this x times this positive 3 will give us a positive 3x. Keeping in mind that we have to subtract, right? Because we subtract along the way, as you see right here. And that changes the signs inside the parentheses right here. And this turns into a negative x squared because an x squared minus x squared would give us a no x squared, 0 right here. And then right here, here's what's going to happen. It's going to turn this 3x negative. And so we have a negative 7x plus a negative 3x, which will give us a negative 10x. And then we're going to drop this 10 right here. And so now we have a negative 10x plus 10. And all we have to do is just worry about, okay, this 10x part. Just worry about that. And the question is, what number times x would give me a negative 10x? That's all you have to think about. And of course, that number is a minus 10 right here, right? Okay, and so what we're going to do right here, we're going to take this negative 10, we're just going to multiply it to this right here. And so we have a negative 10 times x, which will give us a negative 10x, while this negative 10 times this positive 3 will give us a negative 30. And here's what we have to do right here. We have to subtract, right? And so we're going to subtract because we have to cancel the leading term, right? So this is going to turn into a positive 10x. So a negative 10x plus 10x would give us a no x right here. And we know that this would turn this into a positive 30. So 10 plus 30 will give us 40. And here's how the answer is going to look. The answer is going to look like this. X minus 10, which is right here, plus, and this is the remainder, 40 over the divisor, which is x plus 3. So again, the answer is x minus 10 plus 40 over x plus 3. And we can use the FOIL method or the box method in order to see if this adds up to what is inside the dividend, which is x squared minus 7x plus 10. And when we use the FOIL method right here, this part right here will give us x squared minus 7x minus 30. And then all we have to do is just add that 40 to it. And because a negative 30 plus 40 will give us a positive 10. So this answer does work. Okay, you have been given a lot of information. I wouldn't blame you if you need to pause the video to take a look at these two big examples or replay this video as many times you need to get a deeper understanding of this concept. But in the meantime, please comment, share, like, and subscribe to Jack's Math Notebook for more content. Thank you and goodbye.